I hear a lot of people say, communicated a boundary and they didn't respect my boundary. And this is easier said than done. And again, going back to the lessons that we continually learn, a boundary is actually what you, or, in this instance, myself, what I'm going to do, regardless of what this other person does. So I have a boundary with somebody in my life that is still driving. I don't think that they should be. So before, I used to get in the car with them and be very anxious the whole time. And I'm pumping the brake from my seat, even though I don't have a brake pedal. And then I realized actually the boundary here is to say, I'm not going to drive with you. I'm going to rent a car. Even if we're going to the same place, I'm going to drive. You're more than welcome to drive with me or to drive separately. But the boundary is what I'm going to do.
Right.
Did it hurt this other person's feelings? Were they upset? Yes, absolutely, especially in the beginning. And in the long run, I realized that I was less resentful of them because before we would get in the car, we'd get to the other place, and I'd be like, I can't believe they did this to me. They put all of our lives at risk. They put the lives of other people at risk. I don't know if that's actually true. I might be being a little hyperbolic. But then I'm sitting in like resentment and fear and anxiety for this whole period of time. And that's not on them, that's on me.
Yeah.
And so the boundary here is what we're going to do, regardless of what the other person does. And it is hard to set boundaries. At first, it is hard because it means a different way of operating in that relationship than we have done in the past.
Yeah.
And it can sometimes feel like rejection, even if it's not meant to be. A lot of times, boundaries can actually help us have better connections with people. But at first, it doesn't feel like that. At first, it
Yeah.
feels like disconnection.
Right. Especially if it's with family and you're like breaking out of your family role that you've fulfilled for all this time. I love that insight on boundaries because I do think just like we're not responsible for other people's response if we tell them we're neurodivergent and it goes away we didn't expect, that's not on us. And the same with boundaries. We set a boundary and how people react to that, again, not on us, but how we handle it is.